Hi guys, this is Isa from PrintStick and welcome to my channel. Today I will do a plan with me video showing you how I plan my normal weekly spreads. This is the way I've been using my Vida planner for the last 1.5 months. So I've done several weeks this way and I really like it. So I will teach you how I do that. Let's get to it. Alright, so this is my iPad Pro 11-inch, and before I start I just want to mention that, as you probably saw in my Instagram post, my Apple Pencil actually broke. It just stopped working as I was using it one day, and I did all the troubleshooting and tried different things with the Apple support team, but nothing worked. So I just brought it in and I think they're gonna give me a new one, but I am not located in the US at the moment, so I think the whole process is gonna take at least 2 weeks. So that's really saddening because I'm not gonna have my pencil for that period of time. But now I'm actually using GoodNotes 5, and there you can use all these fonts and make cute text, so I'm not that upset that I can use my handwriting. I just wanted to mention that because you will not see me using my Apple Pencil. So let's use GoodNotes 5. So this is actually a folder where I keep all of my sticker books and my widget libraries, so I have quick access to it, and I do have my planner here as well. So I'm gonna tap there to open it. This is my current week, and it's a holiday week here where I am. So I do have some things to do, but it's kind of like really laid back and I don't have a schedule as busy as I usually do. So I'm actually just gonna start with next week when things go back to normal a little bit. And I'm just gonna show you how I've been doing it. You can see I have my schedule in little like bubbles, and this is actually super easy to do with the highlighter option. I will show you in a second how to do it, but basically I just keep all of my tasks that I have to do by a certain time here. And at first I thought that this was a little bit not so useful because, you know, if every day you have to drop your kid to school and every day you have to pick him up, what we want to have that registered in your planner. However, as you can see, some days I have to wake up at, I don't know, 7:10, and some days I have to wake up, this is a bad example because I also didn't go to school, but some days I have to wake up 15 minutes earlier so that I can make it to my class afterwards, things like that. So it definitely does help me to have it all written out. And even if it's the same exact thing, it's just better to see it on paper or like in your planner so that you can plan around it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm so happy I decided to do this. This might not be new for you guys, but it worked for me. So I'm just letting you know. So that's how I've been doing my weeks, and let's start with a brand new week. Alright, so the very first thing I'm gonna do, grab my text, make a text box, and the first thing I need to do is get up, right? So I actually get up usually like around 7 a.m. So I'm gonna write 7 and then just get up, okay? This is going to be a label here. And this is the right font that I want. If you wanted a different font, you would just tap here, tap and hold, click on select all, go to your brush icon up over here, and then select whichever font you want. And then this is where GoodNotes 5 is a little weird. As you can see, it took like a second to change the font, and sometimes it will not change immediately to a certain font, only to other ones. So if you tap on your font and it's not working, just, you know, tap on any other font to make it like activated, and then it'll work. It always does work, but it takes some work sometimes. Another thing I like doing is setting the text to center so that when I write a different thing I'm gonna copy these and create other labels, the text will always be centered. So that's something I like doing. So again, the font changed randomly to this one that I did not select. So that's kind of annoying of GoodNotes, but once we have the whole style set up and I copy this, it should work and keep it the same. So let's go back to Kai font and center it. Actually, let's center it first and then choose Kai. There, should be centered. That's it, okay? And of course, you can also change the color. I advise you, if you're gonna do different changes, for example, I changed the font right now, and then I also want to change the color, but just deselect and start over, or even grab your lasso tool to change the color. Because if you do it with your paintbrush, I've had issues before where, okay, change the color, but then it also changed the font to something that I didn't select. So just do everything separate. I hope that makes sense. But I could also change the text this way, okay? So what I did is, with my lasso tool, select this text, tap, click on color, and then you can pick any color from here. If you go to custom, you have a few more options, okay? But I do like black for now, so I'm gonna keep it like that. And the second step to making my little bubbles is selecting your highlighter, picking a size that would work with your text size that you have right here. So that seemed okay. And then the color doesn't matter, you can change it later, but usually the one I use for the time I wake up, I believe, is this like light purple. So I'm actually just going to use that. And you cannot make perfect shapes anymore with the highlighter, but it automatically does when you're going in a line. It kind of like straightens that line, but it doesn't make it perfectly horizontal. So I have trouble with that. I think that, you see, it's not perfectly, maybe it is. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one. I think it's okay, but just keep in mind it's not as exact as it used to with the perfect shape tool. So now I just want to align this text with this bubble. So I'm gonna click on my lasso tool twice so that I get these options, and I'm actually going to toggle the text boxes off so that I will just select the highlighter, okay? And this way I can move it and I can center it, and I could also change the color. For example, I am not even sure which is the one I want. Maybe that's the one that I was looking for actually. So I'm gonna leave that. And when I'm ready to move this as a whole sticker, I will click on my lasso tool again to toggle this text box option again on so that I can move both of them, okay? So there I have my first label. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just duplicate this one. So I will select all of this with my lasso tool, then tap on that selection and click on copy, tap and hold anywhere on the page, click on paste, and I have a second label, okay? Now I want to change the contents of this label, so I'm just gonna, after I have my lasso selected, I now tap on my text box icon up here and then tap on the text, and that's going to allow me to edit this text. Now tap and hold to select all, and the next thing I will do is drop my kid to school. So I'm gonna write the time, and this time I actually have to do it a little early because I have a class afterwards. So I'm gonna write 8:35, drop Kai here, and then I know I can grow this box a little bit so that it all fits in the same line. I kind of like that. And then I want to center it, okay? There we go. Now I want to change the color of the background, so I'm gonna tap on my lasso twice, toggle text boxes off, select color, and then the color I use for this, I think, is the blue one. There we go. And then I'm gonna tap and hold, click on paste again to create another label. And this way you can start creating a bunch of labels. So I'm just going to repeat this until I have all of my tasks of this particular day done, and I'm gonna speed up this process. Alright, so these are the main tasks that I kind of have to do every day. For example, I don't go to my pole fitness class every day, but a few times a week I do. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just going to copy all of these labels. I just have to make sure that my text boxes are also selected, otherwise I'm only copying my highlighter. So once I have all of my options turned to green, I can select all of this with my lasso tool, click on copy, tap and hold, click on paste, and move it on to the next day, okay? Now here I will start changing, making slight changes of, for example, this day I don't have pole class, so I can get up a little bit later, let's say 7:15, okay? I can drop my kid up to 9 a.m. to school, but I don't like to be rushing, so I'm just gonna write 8:45. I do not have pole class, so I will delete this label altogether. There we go. So I'm gonna bring this up a little bit because I still have it. Same time, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And I love this about having your blank pages rather than having your hours in this case, because you can just use your own labels to set the hours and just move them around. And for example, if I wanted to make a quick note about here, for example, I'm gonna drop off Kai, but I also need to bring, I don't know, his journal. For example, I can just make a little note under here, and then I can just move my other bubbles around that. So I really like that, And actually this is going to happen at 10 a.m. I remember now, not 10:30, so I can just fix that. This same thing, I pick up the food and pick up my kid at the same time. So I'm just gonna move on to the next day. Since I had copied that, I just click on paste and I have it all here again. And actually no, I'm going to copy this day because it's more similar to it. So just copy, tap and hold, click on paste. And this time I'm just going to delete this again. Whoops. Okay, so I selected both text boxes. If you click on one, as you can see, this whole area belongs to the text box. I don't know if you can see this like light gray line. So if you use your lasso tool, it's easy to grab both text boxes. So just make like a tiny selection in the middle so that you don't grab anything else. Just so you know, that happens sometimes. Bring these boxes up. Great. And then for the rest of the day, I would just add in the different things I do. For example, different reminders or things I have to keep in mind. I've also been tracking my payments a lot, and I kind of made my own stickers in GoodNotes. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a second. So for example, let's see. I think I need to pay my cell phone bill in one of these days. So I'm gonna make a little sticker to show you how I do that. So tap anywhere on the screen with your text box selected so you can add text, and then I'm going to write payment. But I want this text to have a different font, something like, I don't know, let me find a good one, maybe that one, okay? And then you can just center that, and then using your pen tool, I'm going to use my ball pen. And the color doesn't matter, we can change that. I'm just going to try to center this and then center the text box as well. Make sure that the text is centered. Grab your pen again, click on your perfect shape icon up here so that all lines become straight. And then draw a box around the words. It's so hard without the pencil. Let me try again. There we go. That looks okay. I think this is a little higher than this, but that's fine. And then you can lower it, center it. For example, I feel like that looks better, so I'm just gonna center the whole thing. This is going to be my sticker, my payment sticker. Then you can select the box, so you can change the color. I do this for different payments. I keep different colors. So for example, my cell phone payment will always be blue, but I can reuse this box and, you know, use it for another type of payment. So I could just change this color to green, for example, and this will be, I don't know, the landscaping guy's payment or something like that. All right, so then I'm gonna add a second text box that says what it actually is. So the phone company is called Telcel and the bill is usually 500. So there we go. Oh, it says it changed to Telecom. I'm gonna keep Telcel. In this case, I want to center this again. So select it and go to your brush and center it. Okay, and then add it to whatever you want, maybe over there. And what I do is I add a little sticker here. So let me look for one. I think that this one has phone icons here at the end. Let's see here. So I'm going to select one of these with my lasso tool. It was blue, so I'm gonna select this turquoise color here. Tap and hold, click on paste, resize, and that's it. This is going to be my phone payment sticker, okay? Now I can copy this whole thing and paste it somewhere else. And for example, change this to, let's say, well, I have my sports subscription every month, so for the gym, so I'm going to write here, that's actually 80. And then you can just switch this icon, so delete it, and then you can find one here for sports here. Okay, so that was which color? Okay, so I accidentally deleted the text as well, so I'm gonna tap on my back arrow here to bring it back, and then you can also tap and hold, click on edit and delete the sticker this way to make sure that you're not selecting anything else with your lasso tool, because it gets tricky, as I told you before. So what I'm gonna do now is select this lasso tool so that I can change this color to, what do you want for exercise? Let's do it gray, light gray, like that. Perfect. And then copy an icon, maybe gray. Yeah, let's do gray icon as well. Tap and hold, click on paste, resize. And remember, you can also crop this sticker. So tap and hold, click on edit, tap again, click on crop, freehand. And I hate not having my pencil, but I will try to just go around with my finger. There we go, done. And you have another style of sticker. So that's going to be my sticker for sports membership payments. So if I want to, for example, copy it, and let's say you want to go to May and add it there, you can just go to your week in May and add the sticker again onto say here. Something like that, okay? So that's how you can create your very own stickers directly in GoodNotes. But let me go back to April. We were here, fine. So let's see. I like this sticker, I'm gonna keep it. I can put it down here for now. And delete this one. And this is an actual payment that I have to do. Okay, so that's how you can make stickers directly in GoodNotes, but of course you can also use other stickers. By the way, this sticker book is called the Color Sticker Book 1 and you can find it at the shop. And now I'm going to open my Color Sticker Book 3 that has different stickers. So let me go to my index, see what I have. And I think that I want to use flags. I use these to highlight special appointments or events that I have to remember. What color can I use? Something light. Maybe this one. And then go here. For example, this day I need to ask someone to give me a key that they no longer need to my home. So I'm going to write with my text tool, get key back. Okay, something like that. So again, I don't have a certain time when I need to do this. It's just like a reminder that I have to do it. And ideally I need to do it on Monday because they might take longer, so I need to tell them as soon as I can. So the first business day, and we keep doing that for different appointments. For example, I also need to call the grass guy here. I can do that on Tuesday, that's not so pressing. And then again with my text tool, lawn mowing. And I'm actually gonna pause right here, guys, because I ran out of time, but I will continue in my next video showing you how I finished decorating this page. I hope that this gave you some ideas of what you can do and some tips on how to decorate your pages in your planner. If you haven't, don't forget to subscribe so you get notified whenever I upload my next video, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.